Welcome to today's video where we will be discussing one of the most vital ecosystems on Earth, the Amazon rainforest. The Amazon rainforest, also known as Amazonia, is the world's largest tropical rainforest, covering an area of 5.5 million square kilometers across 9 countries in South America, including Brazil, Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, Ecuador, Bolivia, Guyana, Suriname, and French Guiana. The rainforest is a complex and diverse ecosystem that is home to an estimated 10% of the world's biodiversity, including thousands of species of plants and animals, many of which are found nowhere else on Earth. The Amazon rainforest is an essential part of the Earth's ecosystem, as it is responsible for producing about 20% of the world's oxygen and plays a crucial role in regulating the Earth's climate. The rainforest acts as a carbon sink, absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and storing it in its trees and vegetation, thereby helping to mitigate the effects of climate change. Additionally, the Amazon rainforest is a major source of fresh water, providing water to the region's rivers, which in turn support the livelihoods of millions of people. Despite its importance, the Amazon rainforest is under threat from deforestation, mining, and other human activities. The primary driver of deforestation in the Amazon is agriculture, particularly soybean and cattle farming, which together account for over 80% of deforestation. Illegal logging and mining operations also contribute to the destruction of the rainforest, as do the building of roads and other infrastructure. The loss of trees and other vegetation in the Amazon rainforest has significant consequences for the environment and the people who depend on it. Deforestation contributes to climate change, as trees absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and release oxygen through the process of photosynthesis. When trees are cut down, the carbon stored in them is released into the atmosphere, contributing to global greenhouse gas emissions. Additionally, deforestation can lead to soil erosion, desertification, and the loss of biodiversity, as well as disrupt the water cycle and exacerbate droughts and floods. The Amazon rainforest is also home to millions of indigenous people and traditional communities, who rely on the forest for their livelihoods and cultural survival. These communities have been living in harmony with the forest for thousands of years, and their knowledge and practices are essential for the sustainable management of the forest. Efforts are underway to protect the Amazon rainforest, including the creation of protected areas, the implementation of sustainable land use practices, and the promotion of forest-friendly products. The Brazilian government has established a system of protected areas, including national parks and indigenous reserves, which cover over 25% of the Brazilian Amazon. However, many of these protected areas are under threat from illegal activities such as logging, mining, and land grabbing. The international community has also recognized the importance of protecting the Amazon rainforest, and several initiatives have been launched to support forest conservation and sustainable development in the region. For example, the United Nations has established the Reducing Emissions from Deforestation and Forest Degradation (REDD+) program, which provides financial incentives to countries that reduce their greenhouse gas emissions from deforestation and forest degradation. The Amazon Fund, a joint initiative between Norway and Brazil, provides financial support for projects that promote sustainable development and conservation in the Amazon. Despite these efforts, much more work is needed to ensure the survival of the Amazon rainforest and the many species and communities that depend on it. The sustainable management of the forest requires a holistic approach that balances economic development with environmental protection and social equity. It also requires the recognition of the rights and knowledge of indigenous peoples and traditional communities, who are essential partners in the conservation of the Amazon rainforest. One of the ways to protect the Amazon rainforest is through sustainable land use practices, such as agroforestry and sustainable agriculture, which allow for the production of food and other products, while minimizing the environmental impact. Agroforestry is a land use system that combines trees, crops, and livestock in a way that mimics natural ecosystems, promoting biodiversity and soil health. Sustainable agriculture practices include the use of cover crops, reduced tillage, and integrated pest management. which help to reduce soil erosion, conserve water, and promote soil health. Another approach to protecting the Amazon rainforest is through the promotion of forest-friendly products, such as certified sustainable timber and non-timber forest products. Certification schemes, such as the Forest Stewardship Council, FSC, and the Roundtable on Sustainable Palm Oil, RSPO, provide a way for consumers to identify products that have been produced in a socially and environmentally responsible manner. Additionally, promoting the consumption of plant-based diets can reduce the demand for meat, which is a significant driver of deforestation in the Amazon. The protection of the Amazon rainforest also requires the enforcement of laws and regulations that prohibit illegal activities such as logging, mining, and land grabbing. The Brazilian government has implemented measures to combat illegal deforestation, such as the use of satellite monitoring and increased law enforcement. However, these efforts have been undermined by political and economic interests that prioritize short-term profits over long-term sustainability. International pressure and cooperation are also essential for the protection of the Amazon rainforest. The international community can provide financial and technical support for forest conservation and sustainable development in the region, while also advocating for the protection of indigenous peoples' rights and promoting sustainable consumption and production practices. However, international cooperation also requires the recognition of the sovereignty of Amazonian countries and the participation of local communities in decision-making processes. In conclusion, the Amazon rainforest is a unique and irreplaceable ecosystem that is essential for the health of the planet and the well-being of millions of people. The protection of the Amazon requires a holistic approach that balances economic development with environmental protection and social equity, and that recognizes the rights and knowledge of indigenous peoples and traditional communities. The sustainable management of the forest requires the promotion of sustainable land use practices, the enforcement of laws and regulations, and the promotion of forest-friendly products, as well as the cooperation of the international community. By working together, we can ensure the survival of the Amazon rainforest and the many species and communities that depend on it. Thank you for watching. Until next time.